I was saying before, as people were arriving, that we're all arriving from different places, different activities, different realities, different needs, etc. And I just wanted to say that because so often we move quickly into the next thing and the next thing, and we don't stop, and we don't know how to stop. I think we're seeing that in our world. We're having trouble slowing down, but now we don't have much of a choice. And before, when I used to say this to the people that I work with and the audiences that I speak for, etc., people would say, "Slow down." Like, wonder why we need to slow down in seriousness, right? Like, why do we need to slow down? Like, what is that for? Don't we need to speed up? Like, we have a lot to do. There is a lot of things that we need to create and accomplish and produce, etc. So I was always confused with that question. Like, wow, am I that weird that I'm suggesting to slow down? So anyway, now I don't feel so weird in this kind of world. And with that, I want to welcome everybody, all of us. And there are some people on the call who haven't been here with us in the past, and I know maybe, I don't know, one or two of them, but I don't know the others. So I just want to welcome you. And as Jeanette was saying, we come together, to be with each other, to be who we are as we are, to not really tell people, what to do, and to learn from each other. It's been my dream as well to create a community for these kinds of conversations to be taking place, where people are not being pressured to perform or to be somebody, but simply are being called forward to once again be surprised by their greatness. I say once again because we once were, but somehow we forgot, or we've forgotten gradually about this matter. So also, I want to say that I'll probably speak just a few minutes, as I am, but I want to also be in the conversation, with everybody. So I'm very interested in co-creating together a space where people can just, be themselves and contribute as they are. So I'm going to ask you right now to bring your attention to your inner world. And however you want to do it, it'll just be a couple of minutes of inner discovery or inner connection with ourselves. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just bring your attention. You can close your eyes, you can keep them open, whatever is your style, and just be within yourself for these couple of minutes coming. Noticing your body, your feet, and sometimes just noticing how you have your body right now, and sensing into how you can bring even a little bit greater ease into your self in this moment. Just, maybe it's softening the shoulders or breathing, taking a couple of breaths that are more at your pace and without any rush. Noticing any parts of your body that may be tense and bringing your attention and your awareness to those parts so that you are bringing in a little more kindness to your life. What does it feel like to be with yourself in this precious moment of your life? To actually connect with the person that you are for a moment, suspending all needs that you have to do anything or achieve anything. As you sense your body, sensing the sensations and welcoming them as they are, no need to change them. No need to judge them or to qualify them in any way. Simply being with your experience as it unfolds in the moment as it is. Noticing that we're sharing a space together that is sustaining our lives, that by itself, in a miraculous way, is allowing us to rest without any demand in us or from us. And perhaps touching your skin is useful, just touching yourself and noticing the temperature of your hands and everything is okay. There is no worry in our own nature. The worry comes from our minds. And if we take a little bit of time, a few minutes a day, here and there, we do a lot of service to ourselves and to the world. So as we come back into our conversation, and as you begin, if you have your eyes closed, as you begin opening your eyes, or if you have them open as you continue emerging in the miracle of this particular moment of our lives, I want to, whatever it is that we're experiencing right now, the sense of peace or gratefulness, and whatever it is that you're welcoming into your life of yourself, for us to take just a moment to send our wishes and our energy and our sincere contribution as human beings to all those people in our world who may not have this luxury, who may not be able to slow down and welcome themselves for whatever reason. So for us to energetically and intentionally send this wish for the rest of the world, wherever you are, you can send it to the people that you're with in your community, that you are working with, that you are continuing to meet every day. And we never know what people are experiencing. So we arrive in this moment with gratitude, with humility, and with a sense of respect for ourselves, for each other, and the world that we're living in. In our few moments together, and in our remaining moments together, I want to share something that is present for me right now, in the hopes that it can be helpful to you. And it is within the spirit of the positive impact movement to once again, I'll just highlight that we are constantly evolving. So therefore, we support each other in our evolution, in our own way of evolving. Nobody's telling anybody how to do it. We are here as a source of support. And we collaborate and support each other in the evolution, in the co-creation, because we also know that we not only evolve individually, but also collectively. So we develop the muscle to do it both ways, as one and as many, and as one of the many. And we then commit ourselves, or build the muscle of committing and being able to take action for the benefit of the greater good through our social impact, through our work, through whatever it is that we're committed to. So I was pondering this morning. It's 12:25 in the afternoon for me. I know for many of you it's 6:25 in the afternoon, and I don't know for people in other parts of the world what it is. But I was pondering this morning about how our humanity as a whole has been, painfully, I think, focused on efficiency, way more efficiency than anything else. For example, anticipating what else is here. So when we're focused on efficiency, we're focused on productivity, right? It's like, how do we produce our results in the fastest way possible, and with the least amount of cost and with the greatest amount of profit. And I'm thinking that we need to seriously be asking ourselves during this moment of our evolution as a planet. We need to seriously be asking ourselves, how do we prepare to find solutions that are really focused on the well-being and the safety of our people, of ourselves, right? What has prevented our world in this moment from the expert guidance that is here, but that we managed to block during this coronavirus? A lot of this could have been prevented, maybe not altogether, but certainly, the thousands and hundreds of thousands of deaths all over the world, and the damage to our economy that we're facing today, I'm asking myself, what has prevented us from acting sooner and actually listening to the expert guidance that we already have here on this earth, and what has prevented us from adopting that guidance? And it's a serious question. It's a very important question that each of us needs to ask of our own selves. How could we become more conscious and therefore be able to act strategically to prevent unnecessary suffering in the world, in our lives, in our own lives? So all of a sudden, that question is a personal matter. Is no longer someone else who needs to do that, because one of the things is that we've defaulted to efficiency, but we've also defaulted to a leadership that is overwhelmingly valuing profit and short-term personal gain, and the building and the continuing to widen the gap between the so-called privileged and the rest of the world. And we need to stop that. And we need to stop that, I suggest, not by traditional mechanisms, but by a whole different way. We need to think of alternative ways of taking responsibility for our lives so that this doesn't happen moving forward. Yes, I started the conversation by bringing our attention to our present moment, to welcoming ourselves, because the question I'm asking requires us to be flexible with our evolution. I'm talking about our individual evolution. So we cannot just think that it's a problem out there. As Jeanette was saying, how could we ourselves take responsibility for our own evolution, for our individual growth, so that we're not trying to change something out there as if we're not accountable for it. So in our community, we emphasize deep transparency and accountability for being who you are, and actually being vulnerable with who you are, so that you can be in the reality that you are in. You're not speaking out of your mind and out of all these beautiful concepts and knowledge without really grounding it in your body. You're not embodying. We need to embody what we're saying, what we're doing, what we're suggesting out there. So as we transition into a common conversation here on this call, I want you to think briefly, what has been said? What really is resonating with me? What am I saying to myself? What is this awakening in me? What is calling me forward so that I can build my own capacity for anticipating a more conscious response, for being able to more consciously respond to the challenges that we're facing as a whole? What do I need to stop doing? What do I need to do more of? Sometimes I say, who do I need to become in order to live in integrity with my own dreams and my own goals, my own intentions? Who do I need to be? And then that guides the focus of my practice, of what I choose to do every day, because I can only be responsible for myself, and then within that integrity, then hope to be helpful in community, and really build a different world than the one that we're in. I want to make this short and sweet, as they say. So I have a sense that I want to just conclude what I'm talking about, and lead us into reflecting what it is that you guys are hearing, so that we can hear from each other, etc. I also want to hear from the people who are not normally in our community, because that's particularly useful. Just want to share with you guys a poem that one of our members shared with us this morning. And our member's name is Kate Gutierrez. So wherever you are, I don't think Kate is with us right now.
No, she couldn't make it, and that's why she sent us the poem.
Okay. Well, anyway, wherever you are, Kate, a big embrace for you, and thank you for sharing this poem by Rumi, one of my favorite all-time poets and sages of our time. So he says, "You think of yourself as a citizen of the universe. You think you belong to this world of dust and matter. You think of yourself as a citizen of the universe. You think you belong to this world of dust and matter. Out of this dust, you have created a personal image and have forgotten about the essence of your true origin. In some ways, that is kind of like the spirit of our conversation. Every time we get together, and the difference is that we don't just leave it in poetry or in philosophy or in spiritual language, but we take it into the world, into what we do, and then we come back and we say, hey, how is it going? And we talk about our challenges and what it is that we're facing, and we learn from each other through this wonderful pathway called the 7 Roots of Potential, because it helps us be grounded and it helps us be free.